everyone today in Woburn. I'm your host, Samantha Stone, and I'm really appreciative to our Mayor Scott Galvin for joining me today because we're going to talk about one topic, but a really important one. Thanks for joining me, Scott, to talk about the employee policy around vaccination or testing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, glad to be here.
So I thought we could start by just talking a little bit about the timing of it. So this is something that has just recently rolled out. Tell us a little bit about why you chose to do that now.
Well, one of the things, look, I think we all know the most important, the most important weapon and tool we have to ending the pandemic is getting more people vaccinated. And I think as a municipality, we have an obligation to be a leader in this effort. To set out that we're serious about it. We want all our employees to get vaccinated. Bottom line is we can't force. I mean, you can. I mean, some people can force their employees to get vaccinated. I think we're taking a really moderate approach to this and a very reasonable approach where we're saying, look, we want you all to be vaccinated, and we're going to make it as easy as possible for you to get vaccinated. But if you don't get vaccinated, the policy requires you to be tested weekly. We'll provide the testing. We'll provide the testing in City Hall. It's the Abbott rapid test. We'll be doing it every Friday. But we're hoping that by putting the policy in place that our employees know we're serious about it, and we think it's very important. The fact that the FDA just approved the Pfizer vaccine is even a greater reason for people to get vaccinated. It's proven to be safe, and we want our employees to be vaccinated for a number of reasons: to protect themselves and to protect the people that they come in contact with on a daily basis. So that's the reason we're doing it. We've put the policy, we've distributed to all our employees. Some of them have already complied and sent their information over to Human Resources about their vaccination. And it takes effect September 6th, with the first testing date being September 13th, the following Friday, for those who choose not to get vaccinated or provide proof of their vaccination.
Okay. And I know there's been some questions that people have raised around the testing, the cost for it. We are covering the cost of doing that, is my understanding. And is it correct that that's coming out of the federal funds that have given to us for COVID relief, or is this coming out of some other?
As far as the testing?
Yes.
The state provides the Abbott rapid test to us at no cost.
Okay, great, thank you. That's what.
And we'll have our MRC volunteers. They'll be administering the testing, or our city nurse who we're in the process of hiring will be doing.
Okay, great, awesome. Well, I didn't realize we were hiring a city nurse. That's
a new one. Our last Karen has taken a new position. We're happy for her. She's moved on to another town and one of our rivals, but we're happy for her. She's happy about.
We'll miss her.
Yeah, we'll miss her, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. Excuse my cough. I apologize. I am not sick. I have my asthma is flaring up, so I feel the need to explain that given our current circumstances with folks. I want to talk about the rollouts of it. As you were building the policy and rolling it out and talking to different department chairs and the things that you do, what were there questions or concerns that were raised to you about it, or how was it? What kind of feedback did you get?
I mean, there was no negative feedback. Again, right now it's August 27th. So between now and the September 6th, I'm sure we'll hear some feedback from some of the different departments. I've been in constant contact with Matt Crowley at the school department. And one of the things that we've decided, is that the school committee would will definitely have to take the issue up and have a vote on the policy. We've provided them with a policy. Again, just like the masking requirements in the school that the school committee took up before the state mandated, we made a recommendation that masking was important. And the same thing here, we'll make a strong recommendation that the school committee do adopt this policy of vaccinated or testing. So The policy is now, there is a policy that mirrors the one we have. And again, I was in constant contact with Matt about it. He's very supportive of it. And, the intention is to get it in front of the school committee next week.
Okay. All right. I was going to ask you about the timing because I know there's been a couple of public statements made that the school committee learned about it through the newspaper, as did, most residents. And so, and that's, just timing question for you. Was that by design? Is it because they have to come up with their own policy or anything?
No, I think that, I don't think there's any timing issue in it, as far as the residents, it's an internal policy anyway. So it's not, I'm sure, residents will have their own opinion on it. But again, it's put in place for the benefit of the employees and also for people who come in contact with the employees. It doesn't quite honestly.
Great. Actually, I think the answer to this question is we probably don't know because you're collecting the information now, but do we have a sense of the percentage of employees that this actually impacts who are not yet vaccinated across?
Yeah, it's probably, probably in discussing with both the chief of the police department, chief of the fire department, and then the public works, we're looking probably at about 60 to maybe 65% have been vaccinated. City Hall's got a much higher rate of vaccination, and the library's got a very high rate of vaccination. School department, I think in an informal poll, and talking to Matt, an informal poll that about 300 people responded to, they've got an extremely high rate. So I think that the schools, the teachers are already well on board with getting vaccinated.
And does this include, I assume, but I don't like to assume, includes DPW and other services across our city as well?
Every city department, and I said, every city department is subject to this. These, and again, talking to Matt Crowley, I've been in constant contact with Matt, and Matt's very supportive of it. They'll have a mirror policy that the school committee will be reviewing. And again, it's my recommendation that they adopt it.
Okay. And at this point, I don't think, but correct me if I'm wrong, we're not extending it to contractors who provide services for the
No,
city?
we're not.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Good question. Good question.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much. These are the questions I wanted answered. I know that there's just a lot of really good questions. Personally, I'm glad to see that we're giving people, making this easy for them to get the vaccine. And, for those who are uncomfortable with it for whatever reason or unable to take it for whatever reason, we do have another infrastructure there around testing. So,
and there is, again, there is, clearly spelled in the policy, if there's either medical or religious reasons, those are valid reasons not to be vaccinated. But you're still subject to the policy of testing. You still have to wear a mask if you don't get vaccinated. And the other thing, Samantha, I think we scheduled another vaccine clinic for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at the high school. Matt and I have been working with the MRC and the Board of Health, and we've had great support from Mass General for supplying the Pfizer vaccine. So we're excited about this, and it's a great opportunity for not only our employees but also students to get vaccinated. So we'll have the clinics at the high school Monday from 1 to 5, Tuesday and Wednesday 10 to 2. And we have a pre-registration that's on the city's website, and also you can walk in on the day, but we're excited about that, and we're encouraging all of our students. And again, it gives the employees a convenient way to get the vaccine on our time. If they're working, they can go down. It's a 15-minute process. So we're trying to make this as easy as possible and convenient as possible for our employees. But also another really important part of this is for our students, and we keep talking about the students age 12 to 15 and also 15 to 19. We need to get those vaccination rates up. It's the Pfizer vaccine. It's been FDA approved. So we're encouraging, if you can put the word out, because we want to get our student rate up to over 80%, and then we can start looking at removing the mask requirements.
Great. How will this be enforced? I mean, my assumption is that people are used to testing and that those who choose to do the testing route are probably going to comply with that without problem. But should someone choose not to comply, has there been any discussion about how the testing will be enforced?
Oh, if they don't, it's, the policy is mandatory. You do want,
Okay.
we want you to get vaccinated. If for some reason, for religious or health reasons, you can't, you still have to test. If you don't test, then there is discipline can and will be meted out.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for that. Again, we will do our best to communicate out the vaccine clinics to everyone and make sure that
Yep.
everyone who wants to has an easy way of doing that. We certainly want as many students as we can to be vaccinated safely before return to school. That
Yep.
helps us get as closer and closer to normal and make sure we don't have to ever be in a situation of shutting things down again. None of us want that. So
No, and it's like I said, we're all, we're going to have to live with this, the coronavirus in some form for a long time. And I think that, the vaccine is the most important tool to allow us to do this and to lead normal lives. And that's what we're trying to get to.
awesome. Thank you so much for joining me
Okay.
last minute on this, Scott. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And as always, Woburn, please continue to take good care of each other.